In this video, we're going to take a look at the universal collective energy for the Libra new moon of October 8th, 2018. Welcome and greetings to Medium Tarot TV channel. Thanks for tuning in and watching. My name is Edward, Psychic Medium, your soul messenger host, inspiring and encouraging and assisting us all, including myself, to live, love, and manifest a life that our soul intended for us to live this lifetime. Let's get busy. All right, so let's just start with the quick energy reviews, and then we'll get right down to the new information. Starting with the Zodiac year 2018, which started April 15th, 2018 through April 4th, 2019. The main video is up for you to view if you are curious. It's called Dare to Dream. Just go to the website, go to your Zodiac sign link. So we have the energy of the astrological influences. We have Libra, and we have Venus in Zodiac Cancer. It's the first reference to the planet Venus. I'm going to get back to that. So we have all Libra sun signs activated, empowered, and or triggered, for this Zodiac year. And if you happen to have the placement of Venus in Zodiac Cancer. So this is an energy of, and this is really again being brought home, if you will. The issue is being driven home for this time of being comfortable in our own skin. And this is going to include our sexuality, or how we express ourselves sexuality, or how we want to express ourselves sexuality, or coming to terms with our sexuality, wherever we are with that issue. It's coming into play as well. When we get to when I do a review of the month energy, I'll get back to that. So, but being comfortable in our own skin, knowing what we have to offer, knowing what we have to bring to the table, knowing what we are available for. Are we available for what we truly want to be available for? Are we in our own way? I hope not. Are we creating blocks of resistance? I hope not. Because this really is a year, I think the video was called Dare to Dream, to go after. Go big or go home. We have the influence of, built-in influence of karma, of creating our fate, which is again brought home at this time. I'll get back to that. Karma, destiny, accepting it, embracing it, creating it. Let's truly get busy. And there is, it being a Libra energy, Libra new moon, there is, I don't like to use the word balancing, but yes, equilibrium, alignment, yes, 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 and yes. And I'm hoping that we allow it in our lives, on our paths, because this is it. We've been brought to this point ever since April 15, 2018. We've been prepping for this time period in our lives. So let's accept what the universe has to bring. Let's make sure that we're on board with what we want, because I know Captain Obvious, if we don't know what we want, we cannot attract it, manifest it, create it. That's the way it goes. All right, so let's truly get busy with that whole concept, idea, okay? It's all right, it's all right. All right, let's move on. Now moving on to a review of the month energy. And we have had this month energy since Virgo 2018, and that's since August 23rd, 2018. Okay? So this is 2 months in a row we have this energy. So the universe is really trying to help us work through these issues. Now, it's a highly creative and sexual energy. Make of it what you will with that, right? But versus the creative energy, are we thinking creatively? Are we thinking outside the box? Creative solutions? And then, of course, back to that issue of sexuality is really upfront. The issue is once again upfront. The astrological influences are Zodiac Cancer. So Zodiac Cancer sun signs are activated, empowered, and are triggered for the second month in a row. Virgo 2018 and Libra 2018. Those videos you can check out on the website, your Zodiac sign link. So we have Capricorn and we have Venus in Aquarius, astrological influence. Second reference to Venus. The year, well, I'll get to that when I get to the final say on Venus. So this is an energy of stepping back mentally. Now, I took down some notes of times overlapping. So we were working with this energy, this Venus in Aquarius energy influence. Might not have been current in the skies, but this was the psychic insight theme for the Aquarius full moon total lunar eclipse, July 27, 2018, which is in influence through January 20th, 2019. Lunar eclipse to lunar eclipse. This is the energy of stepping back mentally, looking at the big picture, the bird's eye view, allowing things to unfold naturally, organically, let the chips fall where they're going to fall after we took the necessary action. Okay, so we do what we need to do, then we step back, we don't hover, we don't be a helicopter parent, we don't micromanage. It's going to get us nowhere. It's going to get us frustrated and more wrinkles. Okay, to that. This is an energy where we're not to be comparing ourselves to anyone else, because everyone does, even if it's the same thing, does it differently, puts their own personal spin on it, hopefully, so therefore it makes it unique. And this is also the energy of creating our fate, big time. So by allowing, the art of allowance, not by resisting, blocking, which includes with our emotions, our feelings, big time for this new moon, believe it or not, and also our mindset. Because remember I say that the sense of security within, which is self-worth, self-love, self-esteem, self-confidence, is vital for manifesting, creating, attracting anything in our life. So that means any area. And we can say and do all the right things, but if our energy within is iffy, wobbly, or negative, that's what we end up attracting. Because the energy attracts energy. That's what the universe is responding to. So that's why I say allow, the art of allowance, instead of being a hater, being a naysayer, being a blocker. Oh, that'll never happen. Well, guess what? Then it won't happen. And even if it does happen, you will find a way to sabotage it. See how that works? But I love the fact of creating our own fate. Bring it, universe, bring it. That's what I say. So this is a significant energy that's like, it really feels like everything that's been built, it's been building since April 15th, 2018, which is beginning of the new Zodiac year 2018, according to the system that I utilize, given to me from Spirit, starting with the Aries new moon. Okay? There you go. All right. Let's move on. Now let's take a look at the week energy. So all of this energy that falls on the event, in this case for the Libra new moon, carries the tone for the time period. And we're basically, for this new moon, we're basically looking at October 8th through November 6th, 2018. New moon to new moon. Because on November 7th, 2018 will be the Scorpio new moon, the next new moon. All right, so the week energy in question. Technically, it is October 8th through the 15th. And I don't attribute any astrological influence to it. It's basically thoughts of love. Okay? So yes, there's the obvious. Love, romance, passion, sex, whatever. It's all involved, right? Or there is loving what we're doing, loving our life. So, yeah, it could go either way. In itself, the energy is more loving life and loving the whole concept and process of life, the adventure of life, the journey of life, soul path, life path, soul mission, whatever you resonate with. There's a bit of an energy of daydreaming, but not in a negative sense, in the sense of what could be, of what we would like to bring, or like to have into our life. I say bring into our life because it's a new moon intention. So when we do a new moon intention, now I feel it's the strongest to do it for new moon times, which would be the actual new moon and then 2 days after, but technically we can do it at any time of the year. But I do feel it's the strongest. So when we do a new moon intention, it's basically a form of creative visualization. It is feeling the energy. So we envision what we would like to attract, create, manifest. And we feel the energy of how it's going to feel, the feelings that it's going to bring to us. That's imbuing the emotional energy into it. That's very much this energy, just by itself. That daydreaming type energy, but in a positive sense. And it is the joy of life. And it is what's possible. So, as always, but it's coming up to repeat, it's important what we surround ourselves with. The television we watch, the movies we watch, the books we read, the media we watch. Is it, I know the truth and the reality, but is it bringing us down? Is it inspiring? Or is it inspiring, empowering? Or is it just bringing us down? Is it a bummer? Is it a downer? Remember, what we focus on is what we end up creating. The good, the bad, the wise, and the wicked. And I say that because half the time, it's exactly what we don't want. So what are we focusing on? Okay? It's worth to repeat, to re-mention, if that's a word. But it is the joy. It is the joy of life. Definitely. In itself. It's celebration. It's joy. It's dancing like no one's watching. It's singing like no one's listening. It's the joy of life. Okay? All right. Then we get to the day energy. And here's the third reference. 3 times the charm, right? Here's the third reference to the planet Venus. In this case, it is the planet Venus in Scorpio. So if you have the planet Venus in Scorpio, you're activated, empowered, and or triggered for this month, lunar month. So let's just start with the energy that I attribute to it first. And this is, technically it would be called domestic change. Okay, domestic change. So what does that mean? That means we have options. Do we see them? Do we recognize them? Are we seeing the glass half empty or half full? Remember that? Half empty is lack. There's lack. Half full is There's much more to come. Bring it, universe. Bring it, universe, bring it. So which side of the spectrum are you going to be on? So it's options, it's choices. What I'm hoping is that we have more options than we think we have. Okay? So it's, do we dare to go along with our feelings? Do we dare to create the reality that we truly desire? Or do we think it's not possible? Therefore, it's not, or we sabotage ourselves along the way. The choice, the option is always ours. There's free will. There is an energy of balance, which I'm going to get, well, I better say it now while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I better say it now. There is an energy of balance built in. And it's from the universe. But it depends on our consciousness. Whatever we think is possible is what we end up creating, attracting, manifesting. So we're ever growing and evolving, hopefully, and we're ever increasing our capacity to have more of what's possible in our lives. That's the consciousness I'm talking about. You think small, you get small. Now, if you want to, take steps along the way, you get this, great. Then you ask for more, then you get that, great. And then you keep going, fine. But just realize that it is truly our consciousness that dictates what we end up having or don't having. All areas of our lives. So, that might sound like a kick in the head, but that means we can change it if need be. That's the good part. All right. So I would say this is definitely a universal alignment for this Libra new moon. Okay? That sounds really excellent to me. Okay? Yeah. All right. Then we get to well, actually, before I do that, let me go back to the planet Venus references. So, for the Zodiac year, we have Venus in Zodiac Cancer. That's very mushy. That's very emotional. That's expressing ourselves emotionally. Okay? Then, for the month energy, we have Venus in Aquarius. That's more of a detached. So that means you put out, you dare to express yourself, and then you step back and it's like, listen, haters are going to hate, blockers are going to block, do what they will, that's not going to stop me from expressing myself, see? Put it out, then you step back and whatever, okay? It's not that you don't care, it's that you're not going to let the opinions of others, because everybody's a critic. I say be too busy doing, and so you don't have that much time to be a critic, that's what I say. And then the third reference is Venus in Scorpio, which is intense emotions. Okay? Intense emotions. Not negative at all, but it's deep. Dig a little deeper. That's Scorpio. So it's diving deep. Okay? With Scorpio. So that's intense emotions. So that's everything that's been discussed so far. It's like we know it's there, whether we want to acknowledge it, accept it, embrace it, realize it or not, we know it's there. It's like in the pit of our stomach and our gut, energetically. Okay? Okay. It's waiting for us to acknowledge, embrace, and go with it if it harms none in the process. All right. All right, then we're going to get to the day energy. No, not the day energy, I'm sorry. The psychic, that was the day energy. The psychic insight theme. All right. So the astrological influence is Saturn in Libra. Of course, it has to be Libra because it's a Libra new moon. For those who are interested or care, it is the Libra new moon is at 15 degrees. Okay? That's midway. Very interesting. Talk about balancing the scales. Boom. That's midway. That's very interesting, I think. All right. Now, this energy. Now, okay, first let me say what it means. To me, it represents change, separation, or sorrow. So it's change. Change is constant. Do we go along with it or do we fight it? Sorrow, it's only if we refuse to see the truth. You know, I've been there. I didn't want to see the truth in certain situations, but when we do face the truth, you know that saying, the truth shall set us free? It really does. I'm not saying it's not always pretty, it's not always easy, it's not always rainbows and unicorns, but it really does. It really does set us free. Been there, done that. Now, this is not the time to shove, the truth down, cram it down someone's throat. This is for those who are at this point in their life, growth, soul growth, evolution, to accept the truth. Because remember, we can only help people help themselves. We can show them the way, but they still have to do it for themselves. Proof is in the pudding. All right. Separation. Do we need to separate from a way of thinking? Because this is a mental energy of the element of air, the conscious mind. Libra is an air sign. Okay. So separating, do we need to separate from influences, from people? Could be present, could be past lives. All of this can go to past lives because of the energy built in for Zodiac year 2017 and then carried over for 2018. So letting go of someone like a past life relationship, yeah, is possible. Or having a shift, hopefully for the better, with a soulmate or twin flame relationship, yeah, it's all possible. Now, Saturn in Libra. Saturn makes us work for it. Nothing is handed to us with the influence of the planet Saturn. Libra, the equalizer, alignment, equilibrium. Yes, balancing. So this is basically the universe shelling out the karma. Okay? We can't go backwards. We can't undo what we did in the past. There's all lessons to learn from the not so positive things we've done, including myself. We can only look forward, look ahead. So it's a time to accept, embrace, acknowledge, and then keep moving forward, as Walt would say. Walt Disney, just looking forward. But if you need to shed some tears behind closed doors. Who has to know about it? It can be very emotionally healing, actually. If that's necessary, then go for it. Now, all right, I'll get to that when we get to the psychic and the theme healing song. So I just want to mention that, I better say it before I forget, the combination of energies between the weak energy and the day energy is moving, physically moving. So the energy of physically moving is definitely in the air. Now, I'm sure someone around the globe wants to move or is moving around this time, say within this next lunar month. Or it just might be, we want to move. So wherever we fall in that spectrum, do some research development, go visit a place you want to live if that's a possibility, visit it online, do research development, see what you need to do about having the money, the consciousness to have the money to make the move. Meanwhile, we can do some feng shui and just clean up and tidy up where we're living currently. Would be highly suggested. Whether it be one room or a mansion, makes no difference. Check out the energy, how's the vibe, how's the color, Is everything in order? It really does help sort things out mentally. It really does. Because feng shui is basically energy placement. So wherever you want to, how far you want to take that, that's up to you. There are little tips, tricks and tips that you can do without altering. If it's, if you're renting or you just don't want to make any changes, there are things you can do. And I'll give you just one, which is a votive candle. Now, I happen to love candles, and a votive candle that is aromatherapy. So you get aromatherapy, you get a scent, and you get the color of the candle. See? And that, it's a quick tip, okay? Of course, it should be a color that you want for the room, the area, the vibe, and a scent that is pleasant to you, or even better, associated with that vibe. All right. Now, this energy of change has been prevalent. We had this for the month energy of Leo 2018, July 22nd through August 22nd, which was a massive month of change, possible transformation, actually. We also had it for Mercury retrograde, after be able to read my writing. Mercury retrograde, which is technically went retrograde on July 26th. For subscribers on Medium Tarot TV video subscription service, I have a video for that. The time period is July 26th through September 1st, 2018. And then it was also present for the Aquarius full moon total lunar eclipse of July 27th, which is in influence through January 20th, 2019. Also an influence for the Leo new moon, partial solar eclipse of August 11th, 2018, in influence through January 4th, 2019. So you see this energy is following us. That's what change does. Now, it just came to mind. So, there's the old saying, but it's true. We can physically move, but if we don't take care of the issues that we have, the issues will follow us. So just moving, thinking we're going to change things, I'm all for a change of atmosphere, vibe, consciousness, but if we don't take care of what needs to be taken care of within, we'll just repeat it wherever we physically go. I don't mean that to be down or a negative, it's just fact, truth. Truth shall set us free, right? All right. Very well. Oh, this is actually a great time, this Libra new moon, and in essence, the lunar month, to envision what type of future we would like to have in the not too distant future. And then what are we going to do about creating it? Creating our own fate, destiny. Okay? Very good. Now, the Psychic Insight theme. So I went with, or Spirit led me, I should say, because we have the triple influence of the planet Venus, we had to do with the emotions, right? So they chose a song. It's from a group. They're called band. I think it's two guys though. Friendship. F-R-E-N-S-H-I-P. Well, I'm a fan. I love their vibe. The song is actually titled Love, L-O-V-E, capital letters, Somebody. It's actually a great song, great vibe, great message. I'm gonna have one version of it on my website. Just go to your Zodiac sign link underneath this video, of course, because it's the theme healing song. And it's basically love somebody. It's healing the past, releasing the past if need be, and then loving somebody. Start with loving yourself, okay? Then that love can carry over to an animal companion, a pet. I like to call them animal companions. And then perhaps branching out to somebody else. Okay, so there's many layers here. And again, relationships, as long as there's two willing parties, There's free will, right? Two willing parties, it's whatever you want it to be. It can be loving a friend, it can go more, it can be tripping the light fantastic, it can be friends with benefits, it can be, you have two willing parties, you have two willing parties. And you're of legal age, you're of legal age. Companionship, travel buddy, whatever, okay? Travel partner, love affair, good old romance, commitment, marriage, partnership, whatever you want, okay? All right. So check that out. It's actually a great song. So, because, yeah, it was because of all that, the triple influence of the planet Venus could not be ignored. And in essence, our emotions will not be ignored. They will rise up whether you want it or not. So I say, deal with them, and let us, if we need to heal, let's heal. If we want to bring in our dream relationship, let's bring it in. If we want to heal a bond with a soulmate or twin flame relationship, go for it. Do it. Whatever stage you're at in your soul growth, soul evolution. Whatever is present in your life path. Soul path. Let's see if there's anything else they want to say. No, that's basically it. All right, so I'm just going to say, if you've enjoyed, resonated, benefited from this energy read, channel message, would you please like, share, subscribe? It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to those who do. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can subscribe to our e-newsletter. Tons of member perks for those who do. You can donate. You can have a psychic reading session with myself and my guides. You can subscribe to the Medium Tarot TV video subscription. Just go to link Medium Tarot TV for information, an example video, and to subscribe. And that's basically all she wrote for this video. So until next time we connect, you be well, take care, stay inspired, and we'll see you real soon. Hope to see you real soon in another video. Thanks for joining us. Take care.